park in a faculty staff's parking spot in front of the Johnson building. I run inside and make my meeting just in time. I begin to regret parking there, but if I would have parked anywhere else, I would have been late. I couldn't tell you a single word that was said in the meeting that day. I couldn't help but wonder, what if I get a ticket for parking in that spot? After the meeting ends, I head outside, and as I approach my car, I see a slip of paper flapping in the wind, right under my windshield wiper. Immediately I knew what it was. I pull the paper out and flip it over, and sure enough, it's a parking ticket. I know plenty of people who have had similar experiences to mine. The limited suitable parking space is a problem not only at Hardin-Simmons, but at universities across the globe. If I had the power, I would dissolve the law of parking tickets at universities. This not only brings stress, but it's also unfair to the paying students at universities. The problem with parking tickets would improve if there were more convenient parking spaces for students at the universities. Receiving a parking ticket can be a financial burden to college students. Students are often overwhelmed with paying tuition and other bills that come along with adulting. And receiving a parking ticket only adds to the stress. For example, there are many students who commute to school from off campus, and not being able to find a spot can cause them to be late, miss class time, and become a disruption to the rest of the class. In the article, University Parking, Who Should Pay by Caitlin Gray, she states, college, public or private, is already incredibly expensive. This goes to support the idea that college students already pay a good amount of money for tuition. And adding other expenses like parking tickets only brings more expenses to the students. With the amount of money being paid, it would be ideal to use a portion of the money to implement more parking spaces. The parking spaces being implemented should be more convenient for the students. In the article, Forget Rising Tuition, Danny Wise says, while tuition and enrollment both continue to rise, parking facilities are not keeping up with the pace. Since tuition is rising, it's ideal that parking spaces for students should also be increased, but that's not the case. Faculty is also struggling with this problem. For example, in the article, Why College Campus Parking Sucks and How to Fix It, David Vile states, the lack of campus parking leads directly to less productive classes because students and faculty show up late to class. As we resolve the parking problem, we will see a direct increase in the productivity of class time, and students will get out of class what they're paying for. These are only a few benefits we will receive if parking options improve. As parking spaces increase, the amount of parking tickets given will decrease. This will lessen the amount of stress college students have, save them money, and increase the quality of their education. Students will be able to worry less and do better in their classes, as they're able to focus better on what's being taught and not worry about if they're going to get a parking ticket because they parked in the wrong parking space. In consequence, if the lack of parking spaces remains, the tickets will increase. In the article, Is University Parking a Common Grievance? The statement written by Park Simple will remain true when it says, parking is one of the most widespread and frustrating problems afflicting U.S. colleges and universities. Students will continue to miss important class time and receive a less quality education. To make sure we're getting the best education possible, we should take the necessary actions to install more convenient parking spaces. We will take any actions necessary for there to be less parking tickets due to the limited amount of parking spaces available to students. As we strive to conquer the task of less parking tickets, we can start a petition and talk to the people in charge of the parking at universities, specifically our own universities. We will inform the student body and seek support. In the article, Raise Public Awareness, the author states that raising awareness can be an important part of developing community support for changes. This will increase the likelihood of more parking spaces, and less parking tickets. It's possible to eliminate parking tickets if everyone works together to achieve this goal. In conclusion, parking tickets can be financially difficult to pay, especially if you're also paying tuition and any other bills that you have. Many students are busy, and the burden of a parking ticket only increases the stress. Parking tickets should be dissolved because they are unfair to students who pay a lot of money to attend these universities with little convenient parking options. We can all work together to eliminate parking tickets so we do not have to experience a parking ticket like I did. That's it.